Hi, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Chris, and today I am bringing you the third process video for the January for the Love of Homemade Kits. And today I am scrapbooking two pictures that I took when we were crossing the bridge to Atlantic Beach. And on this bridge, you could look over and you could see all the boaters that were pulling up to like the sand bars that were in the water and just out there having picnics and parties on the sandbars. This is in North Carolina on the Barrier Islands, and it was just such a cool thing. So I want to remember that and going to document it with these two photos. So I'm getting down to the end of my paper here, and so what I'm going to use today is this pink polka dot as my background, and then the remainder of that blue piece of paper for the bottom strip. Now I wanted to kind of tone down the polka dot paper, so I went in my stash and I grabbed this gray paper, which I think complements the pink and the blue, and I love that kind of gray look anyways. And I'm going to use this as my kind of a mat onto the background. So I hope you've been having fun joining us for the home Love of Homemade Kits series. I know that there's been several people that have jumped in during the month, and they should be putting all of their video links into the playlist. So if you check out the information box below, I have the link to that playlist where everybody's videos should be linked up, and then you can watch how everyone took the formula, made their kits, and then how their inspiration, and their layouts and things, and follow along pretty easily. We're going to do a new playlist for each month to try and keep it cleaner so that there's not 100 videos in one playlist. So you'll be able to go in for 1 month, check out the formula, and then check out each person's take on it from beginning to end in one playlist. So here I've gone and I've just trimmed down my photos just a little bit so that there's a 1/4 inch border on each side. And then what I did off camera is I took my scrap paper that had all of these flowers and I fussy cut all of them out. So I'm just going to make a border strip going across underneath the photos to bridge that gap between the polka dot paper and gray paper and then the blue down below. And you'll find that this also will help soften it up a little bit. So you're taking those two busy patterns of the blue and the pink polka dot, and now you've got between the gray and then these flowers going across. It breaks it all up so it doesn't look as busy any longer. And in the flowers, you'll see that it's got a little bit a hint of gray, which then pulls out that gray paper, and then you have a little bit of a gray color from the sand and the water, and so it just kind of pulls it all in, and again, gives it that soft, beachy feeling, that whitewashed look that I'm trying to go for these North Carolina photos. So now I'm just going to go ahead and glue them all down and fit them all in. So hopefully you guys are playing along and enjoying this as well. It's a great way to go in and use up your paper and your stash and kind of make you think outside the box on what you're bringing in. I know that I don't always jump for the glitter, and so in this case, having glitter embellishments, it kind of makes you use what you may not always think of. So one of the things I'm going to grab now is going to be this doily, and I'm going to use this to tuck up above. And so I'm just going to cut a hunk of it off, and I'm going to use this to have my embellishment cluster up above. So I just glue that down, and I'm going to take the other piece of it and I'm going to put it to the bottom right hand corner underneath the flowers, and that will be where my other embellishment cluster will be. Now this little journaling box here, the cut apart, is from Paige Evans' Pink Paisley. I love the colors that went with it, but the saying didn't go with what I was scrapbooking. So I took the flare that I want to say it was like Ahoy or something like that. I can't remember what the flare says. And I just covered up the saying with the flare. So it's a great way of using an embellishment. If you don't like the way it looks, alter it. So here I just covered it up with something else. Now I'm just going and taking these other little bits that I cut apart, and I'm just trying to go around and place them in different places that I think will look good. Now, all these little flowers, they're going to end up moving because I decided that I wanted to bring in another element. So what I'm going to do is take these chevrons, and I'm going to cut out the pink and also the blue ones, and I'm just going to make a little border on the top and the bottom. The reason is I didn't like the gray to the pink. It just looked unfinished to me at the time that I was making it. Here it looks okay, but it just seemed like it needed something else in the upper corner. So I start out by having it go off of the embellishment cluster. I'm just going to put these in and spread them out, but I end up moving them to the top and having them point towards the cluster. So I end up having more than the two element clusters because I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom, but going the other direction. And to me, it just kind of, it worked like washi tape in a way when I move these. So see how I move it up to the line, and it kind of bridges that gap. It's still there, but for some reason it looks more finished in my eyes than it did before. So I'm just going to, and I do leave a little bit of a gap in between. So you do see the edge of the paper. That's not necessarily, it just now makes it look a little more intentional. So I like how that looks. So I'm going to repeat it in the bottom left-hand corner. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these little elements, and now I'm going to build, try and build a little bit of a floral cluster in each of those. And here we go. And now I'm getting some more scraps done. Now I'm really down to minimal paper. I think I have one or two pieces of full sheets left. I think I have the full text sheet left, and I have bits of this one left, and then I have that blue and beige striped with glitter one left. So, it is getting bashed. I may end up pulling in another more solid piece of paper just because the two pieces that are left, again, are kind of busy, and I need something to bridge the gap on those as well. So now I've got those next three in the row. So now I'm going to look at how I can build embellishments on top of that. So I'm going to take some of these little sprigs and other flowers that I have, and I'm going to glue those down. And I'm just going to use my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive to glue them in. And I'm going to take a couple of them above and below again. And that twig or sprig looked too big, so I'm going to go ahead and have that run off of the doily at the bottom and kind of have it so it curves around. And I like how that looks. And I'm going to use some of the more delicate, smaller ones in each of these clusters. So here's where I pulled one of those smaller flowers from the middle border, and I'm just going to sprinkle those and use those in each of the clusters. And just trying to spread them out between the two areas. So now that I have that done, oh, here's one more. And it's all glued down. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a look at my puffy stickers and my other embellishments and see if I can add anything more in. And I didn't see anything in those, but I end up grabbing the puffy stickers, and I really liked a few of them. I think I grabbed them, from this Saint-Tropez collection. And I'm just going to add a couple of the puffy stickers to the corners. I'm going to grab that butterfly and throw it up above. I'm going to grab the big anchor because I like the blue. And I'm going to put that on the lower cluster, and I'm grabbing these dark blue hearts and I'm putting one in each of the corners. And I thought the anchor was kind of appropriate since it's boats in the water, but you're still pulling in the flower look that I had going. And I didn't see anything else on that sheet, but I'm going to go to that pink paisley, or no, it's pink fresh sticker sheet, again, puffy stickers. And on there's a compass. And I thought that was kind of because it kind of represents travel. So I'm going to throw that compass over by that anchor. And so then you've kind of got the dark blue in each of the areas as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and make my title. And my title is just going to be Atlantic Beach, where we were at. And I really like these foam letter stickers. They're just from Hobby Lobby. The only problem I found is they don't have a lot of each letter. So you're very limited. I think like there's like 2 letters of each of the lowercase. I think they give you a little bit more of the vowels. So I think I've used up all the T's already. So I was glad I was able to get this whole word. I started, it's funny, it's a brand new pack, and I was already starting to panic going, okay, is any more of these words more than 2 letters? So I do like now that some of the thickers and things, they actually do add more of each of the alphabets because, we need them. And I don't want to buy I don't know about you, I don't want to buy multiple packs. I've got enough letter stickers in my stash. And speaking of letter stickers, check out Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. She's doing a new series right now, and she's calling it ABCs. And she's like, this month they're working, her letter is A, and so she's doing several videos on how to use up your alpha. So if you're in the need to learn how to use up some of your alpha stickers, go check out her page. She's got some great suggestions. So this is it for my layout. Here's some close-ups for you. I want to thank you for watching. Please check out everyone else in the channel. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you as a subscriber. And you all have a great day, and we'll see you next week.